What are some of the causes? Now, there's so many causes. I work through clients' cases and really help them understand what's going on for them. But this is a lot what I see in my clinical practice is low oxygen levels. So it may seem weird if you don't have a breathing restriction or a major issue with breathing, we still have low oxygen levels. Why is that? Because most of us breathe with our neck. Most of us take a deep breath. Just watch yourself. You take a deep breath and your shoulders rise up to your ears. That's neck breathing. That's a very shallow breath, by the way. And even when we focus on deep breathing, we're often doing it wrong. So a lot of times stress being piled onto our plate will end up in this sympathetic dominance, it's called, and we're just breathing with this short, shallow little neck thing. We're not getting good oxygen levels into the body, and low oxygen means low energy. Simple as that. You need oxygen to make energy in the cell. Lacking minerals is huge, and I would just make sure we understand you can't just take a gobs of minerals and expect them all to find the cell. That's a whole nother video. But basically, where our food is being grown nowadays, even organic soils are very depleted in not just trace minerals, which we need over 70 of them, but major minerals, calcium, magnesium, etc. Very depleted. And to make matters worse, often our cellular pH is acidic. And again, another video on that another time, but an acidic cellular pH means you cannot absorb minerals. They just go right out the body unabsorbed. So lacking minerals is really big. Lacking mitochondrial support, fancy term, mitochondria. That's the powerhouse of the cell you might have heard of. That's actually where our body takes all the fuel we give it, communicates with other signals, and actually makes ATP. And that's what actually fuels like energy in the human body is mitochondrial support. And there's a lot that goes into that. Toxic and overworked liver is another big one. Our liver is grand central station for your body. Everything goes through the liver, whether it be your food, your blood volume for filtering, hormones are recycled there, emotions are often caught there and kind of can't get released from there. It is the anger, resentment liver, or organ rather, in the Chinese medicine. But an overworked liver is huge, and if it can't detox, think about it. Think about your circle of blood going through your body. It goes through your liver about 3 to 5 times. Your entire volume of blood goes through your liver, and as it goes through there, it's supposed to be taking out toxins and helping it purify. And if it's already filled with toxins and it can't conjugate or methylate these toxins out of your blood, they're going to stay in there, and they're going to really just have this kind of burden effect of your body and your brain, and you just always feel like there's a weight on your shoulders. A lot of times that's your liver that needs a lot of support there. Medications, there's so many that cause issues, and I'm totally not against medications when they're prescribed correctly and really the last resort for a health condition. However, so many out there are just prescribed just because physicians are guessing sometimes. But I can talk about one class called the statin class, like Lipitor, those types of medications. They purposely go after and downregulate coenzyme Q10, which, guess what? That's the enzyme, the rate-limiting enzyme in making ATP, which I talked about earlier. And you've got to have ATP to have energy. To have ATP, you got to have coenzyme Q10. And to have that, we have to be careful about being on statin. I'm not saying not to take it, okay? Again, another discussion another day. But however, those are draining you, okay? So there's things you can do about that to help that improve a lot. Poor gut health is a big one. Stress directly impacts gut health. Psychological stress load directly affects the gut. Obviously, food allergies, food sensitivities, food intolerances affect the gut, and just being able to have good motility, get things in, get things out, get things moving through there. A really poor gut environment is going to just drag you down because you're not absorbing energy from your food, and also those the microflora down there, okay? They actually make something that's really neat. We'll talk about this in another video, but it's called postbiotics. It's a really neat, obviously our body's been doing this forever, but science is just catching up to it. You have prebiotics, which are like food for the little microbes. Of course, probiotics, which are microbes themselves, and then postbiotics are these microbes that make and manufacture things from our food, okay? And then they enter our body. So believe it or not, I know it seems crazy, what you eat is not necessarily what you get in your bloodstream. It's a product of these mitochondrial metabolism, basically. They manufacture other substances and chemicals into our body. So crazy as it sounds, your meals are transformed by these microbes. They can be obviously transformed into toxic, or they could be homeostatic and really healthy. It all depends on your microbiota. So if those are healthy, you'll probably have more energy. If they're not, that's another sign of fatigue and exhaustion from as far as the source goes, okay? And then let's talk a little bit about energy drinks and stimulants as being causes. And I do mean a cause of exhaustion. So they are so common now to you don't feel like you have a lot of energy. Let me grab something. Do you really know what that's doing? That's actually artificially stimulating your body, the beta receptors around your adrenal cortex on your kidney, and that's going to try to manufacture stress hormones, which then trigger some glucose in your blood. So you artificially feel more energy, but has a net reduced energy levels later on. It actually has a net loss of energy. And you keep doing this to your body year after year, you'll get lower and lower levels of energy, even though your caffeine and stimulant usage is going up. It's actually making it worse. Yes, I know you feel better temporarily. I know you have to get through the day and have to work and got the kids and all that, but it is making it worse, okay? It also blocks adenosine receptors in the brain, which helps you, again, delay fatigue. The problem is, for example, coffee, the caffeine in coffee has about a 12-hour half-life, okay? That means a cup at 8 a.m. is still active in the blood at 8 p.m. And a lot of people drink coffee all day, and especially afternoon as a pick-me-up. That means you have circulating caffeine in your blood almost all day, 24 hours a day. So those adenosine receptors can never really bind and calm the brain down and get some good sleep. So be careful with the energy drinks and caffeine, etc.